Beanstalk, a decentralized credit-based stablecoin protocol, lost $76 million in an attack this week. The perpetrators used a flash loan to exploit a design flaw in the protocol's governance code. We've got Mark Lamb here, Chief Executive Officer at CoinFLEX, a leading crypto derivatives exchange and yield platform, joining us now to discuss the vulnerabilities in the new economy. Great to see you again, Mark.
Great to be here.
How many of these crypto exploits are we going to be talking about here? The attacks show no signs of slowing down. What do you make of the governance exploit that hit Beanstalk? The team revoked governance privileges, but too little too late.
Flash loans are this basic concept where as long as you pay something back within a series of transactions, you can borrow as much money as you want. And basically the hacker borrowed, I think, $150 million or something, put that into Beanstalk, borrowed money from Beanstalk, and then they were able to buy enough of the governance tokens of Beanstalk that they were able to just change the rules of the Beanstalk protocol so that borrowers didn't need to repay loans, which is a very helpful rule change if you're the majority of the borrow on that platform. So it's an interesting use case where I think it really is a testament to you can have a smart contract system where you think you've planned everything, but if if you're able to change the rules by simply owning the majority of the tokens and there's no protection around that change, the majority token holder can do whatever they want, you do get problems, and these risks are very, very difficult to protect against 100%. This is one of the reasons why, unfortunately, so many people trust centralized finance.
As an investor, as somebody who's trying to navigate this space, what are the red flags? How can the industry perhaps prevent this situation from happening again?
The biggest thing is, as an investor in the space, if you're looking to use DeFi, use a huge protocol that has existed for more than 6 months and has billions and billions of dollars in it. I mean, 6 months is a long time when the whole world can read your code and exploit your code. If you want to use a platform that doesn't have billions and billions of dollars in it and a long time in the market, make sure you're a programmer. This exploit could have been mitigated by a time delay in the governance vote. That would have solved it, but that wasn't put in place. And it's one of those things. What's the trusting large protocols is one. Audits is another, more public bounties, more research towards white hat hacking activities in crypto. Cybersecurity hacking is an arms race, and it's one which, you're constantly dealing with people that are more advanced and come up with smarter and smarter things.
In an ironic twist, I guess, the developers of the protocol have offered the hacker keep 10% of the amount they stole as white hat bounty if they return the remaining 90%. I mean, what are the chances of the money being recovered here? And one of the founders also have been quoted saying chances of a bailout for the project are low since there's no VC backing. So who's going to get their money back?
They've traced the funds to a mixer. So Tornado Cash, they've traced them to a mixer. So I think if the funds were sitting and hadn't been moved to a mixer, there might have been a chance of it, because ultimately the reason why hackers do take projects up on that, you can get 10%, but it's clean, it's a 10% that might be legally acceptable. You can maybe have more defensibility if you're going to cash it out at an exchange, tentative whether an exchange will actually accept that argument. But you could consider yourself a white hat hacker at that point. But they've moved them to a mixer. It's not happening.
And explain mixer very quickly for those in the audience who don't get how this acts as money laundering, mix it up, and suddenly it all magically disappears.
Blockchains are extremely public. They're very difficult to do any type of illicit activity on, and compared to like the banking system or cash. And so every transaction is public on a blockchain. And so one of the issues that these hackers have is if you steal $150 million of crypto in this type of activity, no exchange will accept your funds. What you can do is you can use a mixing service, and that mixing service will at least somewhat de-anonymize your coins. Well, what it'll do specifically is it takes all the illicit funds in crypto and it washes them together, and it means that you don't know which type of criminal activity those coins came from. You still have a problem, which is CoinFLEX and every other exchange in crypto is still not going to accept your coins because we know it came from a mixer, and so we just assume, well, it's probably proceeds of criminal activity. So there's still an issue for these guys, but at least it's one step in the direction of them having more privacy. What they do from there, who knows? Maybe they'll use some other DeFi protocol. Maybe they'll go on to hack more things.
It is a hard lesson to learn, but a lesson nonetheless. And this was, as usual, a great conversation, Mark. Thanks so much.
Thank you.